Using movies to promote social agendas is nothing new.
Movies give creators a chance to promote a message to a captive audience, so have been used to romanticize and promote viewpoints and perspectives, war efforts, government policies, social causes, and religious beliefs. In fact, there is no such thing as a film which is absent of some agenda item, as every creator has ideas and beliefs innate to them, and consciously or subconsciously becomes expressed in their art. Some examples of these subconscious concepts might include standards of beauty, ideas of masculinity and femininity, patriotism, and morality.
But how does it impact the quality of a film? The movie craft. One of the signs that a movie is moving away from craft for the benefit of an agenda message is in the poor development of characters. Since the demographic group, which is the target of the movie's lecture, fills the role of the natural antagonist, you end up with ones that are two-dimensional and poorly developed. These antagonists act not that different from what you'd expect to see in an 80s cartoon show. Antagonists can never be complex or well-developed in agenda checklist films, as doing so would dilute the agenda message. It has to be clear in these movies that the character only represents what the agenda aims to fix or eliminate. They have to simply represent the viewpoint purport for the protagonist to aim their arrows at. Thus, agenda messages always negatively impact movie craft by hurting character development. The development in the character arc of the protagonist is likewise harmed by agenda checklist movie creation. The protagonist has to be a poster child for the ideas of the agenda checklist. And because the agenda checklist is front and center, the antagonist has to be flawless, just like the aims of the agendas are flawless. The results of this is a protagonist with no major weaknesses in either strength nor character, one that is rarely and barely challenged, and one that seems to never be at risk of any serious danger. An agenda checklist protagonist doesn't have any type of significant character arc. A character arc would suggest that they would need to develop some area of weakness to an area of strength, or to be challenged and changed as a result of that challenge or difficulty by some means. This is a character that generally starts the movie strong and morally upright, and ends the movie just as morally upright and strong, perhaps even stronger than before. The aim of this character isn't to be a three-dimensional person who viewers can relate some element of humanity to, but to serve to be a two-dimensional role model, to be displayed prominently on a poster in the offices of organizations that support that checklist items on the agenda. And like a poster, such a character has to be flat and without flaws. Such a character's sole purpose is to wave the flag representing the values of the agenda. I like to call such protagonists flag wavers or poster models, but a more common term used by movie critics is a Mary Sue. Now, because the movie is being driven by a flag waver, this completely shapes the plot. You end up having a plot with very few unpredictable elements, and no emotional pull. You know the antagonist is pure evil because the movie says they're evil. You know the protagonist is pure good because the movie says they have to be good, or at least good role models of the agenda checklist. A predictable plot is the worst kind of plot. So the negative impact that agenda checklist driven movie creation has on movie quality is quite significant. Character creation, character arcs, and plots are detrimentally affected when the primary priority on a filmmaker's mind is how many agenda checklist items can be checked off before they are done. Let's hope for great movies that can only come when movie craft is placed in the highest priority and propaganda usefulness is a distant second, or preferably not even in the picture.
So, how is the Swiss Cheese Directive and our hundreds of investigative agents supported? Well, we have an inside studio man, Agent Processed Cheese, who hides as a money-hungry, soulless movie reviewer willing to put agendas ahead of artistic integrity. Various powers that be hope to obtain the rights to older movies, both duds and those having received critical acclaim, so that they can re-release them using today's big outrage and virtue signaling climate. Processed Cheese has made arrangements with them to create the buzzworthy clickbait reviews they greedily seek out in exchange for large payments and secret studio access. They think they're secretly providing to Agent Processed Cheese. What these scoundrels don't realize is that the money and access they think they're secretly providing to Agent Processed Cheese actually goes to support our cause to bring down their kind. With all that being said, enjoy the review of the 2007 movie Norbert by Processed Cheese.
Whoa, those are some bad reviews, but what do they know? All I know is I have nothing but positive things to say about Norbert. I want to first bring out that Norbert had a very interesting origin story. You see, the orphanage that Norbert was dropped off at also serves as a Chinese restaurant. How awesome! A Chinese restaurant / orphanage. You just don't see door businesses doing that kind of thing anymore. You know, I'm so happy this movie brought that to our attention because everyone thinks that a business only does one thing. But oh boy, long time ago, you had a business and it would be the laundromat and the milkshake machine and the pharmacy and your taxes were done at the same time. It was amazing. So yeah, Norbert, the way that it really brought that out in this movie, I tell you, fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Speaking of Norbert, I don't know, when was the last time you've come across a guy named Norbert? You just don't hear that name anymore. It's not right that such a great name like Norbert is so underrepresented in our societal naming dialogue. You know, this movie, the way it really could have picked any name possible. It could have picked Steve, it could have picked Tyler, it could have picked John, but no, it went with Norbert. Norbert, what a great name. Thank you, movie, for really being brave and giving us a name like Norbert. We absolutely love it. There's some of us that have one brother that has one sister, or two sisters, or five sisters, but not many of us have three siblings. You know, whatever that lady's name was, what was it, Raputia? I don't know, something like that. She has three brothers in this movie that gives Norbert a hard time. Having a supportive sibling network of three brothers, three siblings, that's a structure you just don't see. That's not really represented. And Norbert represents that. These brothers are supportive. They are by her side. They threaten to beat up Norbert every chance they get. What a great presentation of three siblings. You ever go to the amusement park with only two siblings? It's not fun at all. No, it's awful. You're always the one stuck on the cart with no one beside you but some weird little greasy guy and he's just looking at you all weird, or you're riding a bumper car and you're by yourself. It's not cool at all. I'm really happy the way it brings out the three sibling dynamic. And for all of us who have three siblings or who wanted three siblings, thank you for that, Norbert. Thank you. Finally, cars are getting so smart. It's almost as if they're too smart for us to even handle. They're taking over the driving experience. You can't even pick your own temperature anymore because you get in and it's auto set for someone else's temperature, and you got to read a 300-page manual just to be able to buckle your seatbelts. Cars are getting out of control. We're losing power in the driver-car dynamic. Well, Norbert really has a scene that brings that to the forefront and says, you know what? It's time for you as the driver to take back ownership of driving. So when Rasputia got into a car that clearly wasn't trying to accommodate her driver needs, she didn't just settle for that. She didn't just say, okay, well, I guess I gotta get into the car, or I guess I'm just sit here uncomfortably. No, she said, I'm moving the seat exactly to the position I wanted to be in. She broke all the bolts and everything, and with this inner strength of just 1,000 drivers, she shoved that seat into the position she wanted to be in. That's empowerment. That's driver empowerment. So, you know, I don't know what else to say other than this movie just hits every mark. It is just amazing. It goes with driver empowerment. It shows three siblings, and we all want to have three siblings in our life. It highlights a name that is underrepresented with Norbert. It's just amazing. I'm going to give this movie 5 grilled cheeses out of 5.
Before we go, we want to take this time to remember those SCD agents lost in the battle for movie craft. Being an SCD agent is not without its risk. Studios have trained actors to identify any agent spotted on a movie set by saying the word cheese. At that point, skilled assassins eliminate the threat. If you as a civilian know of any SCD agents who have been lost along the way, please share that as a report in the comment section, along with how they met their untimely demise, and we might highlight your report in an upcoming SCD video. Thank you, civilian, for tuning in. Long live MovieCraft, and we hope you receive some benefit from this dossier. And remember, always say cheese, because if there's a picture, our agents are on it.